the ranch, as far as I know, is for sale, and the the Black Mailbox historically has been a gathering spot for UFO watchers, for people that are interested in military aviation, for people interested in Area 51, because it really is the only landmark in Tikaboo Valley. And, people, it's easy to find for people. It's right by the highway. So historically, since the days of Bob Lazar's story, people would go out there and gather there to watch the skies. From the Black Mailbox, you have a pretty good view of Area 51 and of the I should say of the airspace over Area 51, um, which is true for most places along Highway 375 in Tikaboo Valley. But the mailbox is it stands out, it's easy to find, it's easy for people to say, well, let's meet at the mailbox. So it has become kind of a landmark in the valley. For the first time visit, really no trip is complete without stopping at the Black Mailbox, as it is still called. The history is that back in the 1990s, there really was a black mailbox, a country mailbox by the side of the highway. It was the mailbox of the local rancher, and the mail carrier didn't want to drive all the way down the dirt road, so they put the mailbox right by the highway. When this whole Area 51 story broke, Lazar story broke in late 1980s, 1989, people started going up there and they saw a mailbox by the highway. It wasn't really marked. I don't think it was marked with the name of the rancher. It was just marked by the postal designation with a cryptic HC number. And people thought, oh my God, this got to be the mailbox of Area 51. So they started opening it up, going through the rancher's mail. And of course, the story was, well, it really is not a rancher's mail. It's the mail to Area 51. People opened up the mail. Story is that the rancher even found some of his pieces of mail with bullet holes in them. And so he quickly got tired of that and replaced that country mailbox with a pretty reinforced white steel box with a padlock. And the mail carrier obviously has a key for the padlock, and the rancher does, but nobody else can get to the mail anymore. So his mail was pretty safe in there. This was in the early 2000s, when the location was still referred to, for historic reasons, as the Black Mailbox. Again, the box had the rancher's name on it and the HC designation for the Postal Service. Well, the white Black Mailbox, very much reinforced with steel plating and padlock. It was welded to a post, which was anchored in the ground. I don't believe the mailbox itself was stolen. I'm talking about the white mailbox. But there's evidence that people tried to open it with crowbars, and they actually tried to pry the door open. And of course, graffiti all over the place. At one point, when I visited the mailbox, I saw that Mulder from the X-Files had signed it. So, it became really part of Area 51 folklore, and people would still gather there. It was almost like a shrine. It was almost like you had to visit the Black Mailbox, or your mission is not complete. I include myself in that. The very first time I came out to Area 51, we stopped at the Black Mailbox, took some obligatory pictures, we signed it, and went on to Rachel to have an alien burger. And it's just part of the package. It was there between the late 1990s and 2014. In the summer of 2014, the rancher removed the Black Mailbox and relocated it to a different location. At that point, the location of Mailbox Road and Highway 375 it was established as the Black Mailbox. The location was just called the Black Mailbox. And, for people still visiting the site, didn't find any mailbox anymore. So for a while there was all these rumors, what happened to the mailbox? Well, very simple. The rancher relocated it to a different location, which I'm not at liberty to discuss. But finally, some UFO/Area 51 fan put up a new black mailbox in that location. And really, almost a little shrine has developed with rocks gathered around that new fake black mailbox. And that's really almost a shrine that people visit. And it's still, to this day, 6 years after the real mailbox has been removed and over 20 years after the black mailbox has been removed, it is still one of the highlights of visiting Area 51. I'm sure a lot of people don't realize that the mailbox that is there at this point right now is not the rancher's mailbox, let alone Area 51's mailbox. I am convinced that people still visit the site and think, yeah, this is the mailbox of Area 51. And it probably is better that way. Let the people have their fun. The whole point is it's a good place for people to gather and to meet in the summertime, to camp out. And in the first couple of years, 3-4 years that I spent in this area, I really spent a lot of time myself camping in that location, because it's the best place to meet people interested in the various aspects of Area 51. And you meet everybody from the military aviation people, the secret black project people, UFO people, and what better place to meet everybody and to get a picture of, to form my own picture of Area 51. And in the years that I spent there, and now I'm coming to, I'm quite a bit of a skeptic on the UFO subject. In the years that I camped at the Black Mailbox, I have witnessed a number of heartfelt UFO sightings of people seeing something and heartfelt believing that it was a UFO, when I knew full well it was just a Janet plane, one of the shuttle planes that brings workers in and out of Area 51 from Las Vegas. But you know what? If people want to see a UFO and it makes them happy, let them see a UFO. That's fine. I have no problem with that. And, a lot of people come out to see UFOs. They will probably see their UFO, whatever it may be in reality. The ranch is for sale. It is listed on real estate websites. I do not know if there's any interest in it. It is very remote. Of course, it would be of interest for UFO fans because it is the closest private land to Area 51. But of course, it is a substantial ranch and it will go for a substantial amount of money. It is unique in the case that it is the only private land in the entire valley right next to Area 51. You are right next to Area 51, and you probably want to, if you buy that ranch, you probably want to make sure that you have a good relationship with the base. I'm sure they will look into your background until they will, accept you as a good neighbor. The current owner has owned that ranch since, I believe, the 1970s. They've been there for a long, long time. They have really started cultivating that land, making it suitable for ranching, and they run cattle all over Tikaboo Valley, including the highway, I might add. The whole area is open range, so when people go visit, they might find cows in the middle of the highway, which can be dangerous at night. So yeah, the ranch family, it has been in the same family since, I believe, the 1970s. And it's a working ranch. It's got a lot of ranch-style buildings. It's got the entire infrastructure. I mean, it's a turnkey solution, really. If anybody is interested in buying a full ranch, it's a great opportunity.